Hello everybody. The case study I chose is the Chicago heat wave of 1995. I chose this case study as I think that is very relevant. There has been an increase in record highs due to climate change. Additionally, the income inequality has grown significantly since the early 1970s. Half of the U.S. population lives in poverty or is low income, meaning that this type of incident is very likely to occur again. This case study suggests that the reader is the director of a state agency in the Midwest. On July 12th, the temperature rises to over 99 degrees Fahrenheit, and it is known from experience that elderly and children are more susceptible to heat exhaustion and heat stroke. The state has been experiencing high temperatures since the first of the month. Many residences don't have air conditioning installed. Stage 1's plan of action is to attempt to get funding to purchase window units and fans or subsidize the cost of those to allow impoverished and elderly residents with fixed income to have some relief. Personnel is needed to manage the program and to obtain funding. A subsidy on electric bills for those who qualify could also be established. Nonprofit groups would be a good contact to identify those in need and possibly provide funding. A method of communicating the existence of such a program also has to be identified. Stage 2 states that the temperatures on July 13th and 14th remain above 99 degrees Fahrenheit and residents are dying and being hospitalized at an alarming rate. Aside from air conditioning, the director needs to set up watering stations for those who don't have running water to prevent dehydration, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke. If no funding is available, temporary air-conditioned shelters need to be found. The use of air conditioning should be encouraged and the program to assist with funding publicized. Residents should also be encouraged to keep an eye on at-risk neighbors who live alone and to notify the department of their needs. The director needs to reach out to nonprofits serving the elderly to increase the effectiveness of the department's efforts. Key issues are the need to coordinate with nonprofits to provide assistance for those most at risk, which are not only elderly but also include those at risk due to socioeconomic factors. My critique is that the correct needs are identified, but I felt it was too little too late to start thinking about temporary air-conditioned shelters only after residents started dropping like flies. What I learned from this case study was that when it comes to natural disasters, the poor and the elderly are almost always disproportionately more affected than the rest of the population. A positive fact that I also found was that even though there have been more heat waves in Chicago, there has not been a death toll again like in 1995. This is in part due to the fact that the humidity hasn't been as high as in 1995, but also that the emergency response to extreme weather events has been improved and better warning systems are in place. I also included some links so you can find out some more information about the heat wave.